Our next speaker, Jerry Ray, is the first person to be named director twice in ODOT's 100-plus year history. Mr. Ray first served as director of ODOT under Governor Voinovich from 1991 to 1999. As the leader of the department, Director Ray has a proven record of increased innovation and customer service. During the 1990s, he oversaw the installation of numerous software systems on several of ODOT's computer networks to improve the management quality of its projects. He initiated suggestion campaigns to learn how to improve the department from his employees and championed new management practices to concentrate on meeting customer needs. As a result, ODOT increased its construction program by a record $300 million while simultaneously reducing its operating costs by $200 million. Director Ray began his career at ODOT as an engineer in training from 1969 to 1977. He then left to become Deputy Licking County Engineer. He was elected Licking County Engineer in 1980 and re-elected in both 1984 and 1988. Director Ray earned his civil engineering degree from the University of Akron. He resides in Newark, Ohio with his wife, Eva. They have 4 grandchildren. Director Ray.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be here. I enjoyed walking around and looking at the booths and all the various things that have happened. Back in 1991, we decided we were going to have what turned out to be annual meetings. I don't know if how many of you were here in 1991? Wow. You're still here. When we started doing that, we were going to call them annual celebrations. And some of you will remember that as we went around the districts, we had bands and balloons and cones and dancing folks and singers and things like that. And the press caught wind of it and started doing stories about wasting taxpayers' money and ODOT's gone crazy and stuff like that. So we had to change it. So then we changed it to the annual recognition meeting. And we called it that for a while, but then we were giving out certificates and various awards, and we got a little criticism for that. And then we finally changed it to the annual meeting. And we sort of got away from the bands and the music and the dancing and whatever. I was disappointed by that. We're going to continue to, or we're going to start the annual meetings again. They're not going to be annual celebrations. They're going to be annual meetings. As we build our credibility, though, maybe we can have a little music and some fun. There's no place that I've read in the Ohio Revised Code that says state workers aren't allowed to have fun, but there are some folks. So, anyway, we're here today to recognize folks and show our appreciation for the tremendous amount of talent and knowledge and experience that exists at the Ohio Department of Transportation. I'm aware of that. I'm aware that if we can provide you with the opportunity and the environment, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. What we do at the Department of Transportation is very important. I like to say we're not making crazy bands or bubblegum wrappers. What we do affects people's lives daily. It affects their safety, has a big impact on the economy, it affects their quality of life. I had a lady call me one time. I was sitting in the director's office. She called me, and I don't know exactly how this happened. You know, calls are screened and all kinds of things happen. But anyway, I ended up on the phone with a lady from Central Ohio who was trying to get to her son's first ever Little League game. And she was tied up in traffic, and she was going to miss her son's Little League game. And she was pretty upset. And I remember after talking with her and apologizing to her and trying to find out what was going on, and it really wasn't our fault. We'd had an accident. We didn't do a good job, perhaps, of clearing the traffic or whatever. But I remember when I got off the phone thinking, there's no way that we could ever replace that lady missing her son's first ever Little League game. So we have a big impact on people's lives. What we do is important. The perception of this department varies around the state. It varies within the department. There are people who have a lot of pride and a lot of enthusiasm and feel good about what we do. There are others who don't. And sometimes they are the ones that are our worst enemies. They're the ones with the ODOT jokes and the state worker jokes and how many people does it take to fill a pothole and that type. Have you heard any of that? Anybody heard that? No. I live in Newark, and I'm going to be leaving here shortly and heading back that way. As I'm heading back, and every morning and every evening I go by a house. Those of you who are in Central Ohio know what I'm talking about. There's a house out on 161 where we upset a property owner. I think it was Greg Murphy's fault, but anyway, the guy, we did not make him happy. And rather than sell his property to the state, he chose to keep his property so that he could put up a big sign, and it's a big sign, that says, ODOT sucks. I go by that at least a dozen times, it seems like, a week. And that's a message to us that we have to work hard to continue to earn the respect of the people of this state. I believe we can reach the point where we will have a tremendous amount of respect, and that the term ODOT, or whatever this department is called, will be synonymous with excellence. We have a long ways to go, but we can do that. Our strategic plan is a start in that. We're going to begin to measure how we're doing. And when we start to measure things at this department, and in state government, my experience is people get nervous about that. We were having a meeting with the deputy directors, and they were talking about, well, if we do this and we do that, we're going to get dinged. And that came up several times. And finally I said, what does it mean to get dinged? What is that? Well, it's just a perception that people have that if there's something on paper that you show up 11th out of 12, or if your county is not at the top or whatever, that you're going to get dinged, or that somehow you're being punished. Nothing that we are going to do is meant to punish anybody anytime. We're not here to do something to you. We're here to do something for you. And if you're the worst county in the state, I don't know who that is, if somehow we determine that you're the worst county in the state, we're going to help you get better. We're going to give you the training, the equipment, the facilities. I've heard a lot the last 7 months about facilities. We have several facilities around the state where the drainage isn't any good, the sewage it backs up. We have all kinds of problems. We're going to get that fixed. We're going to do everything we can to help you. One of the things that I'm interested in is I know that you know what it takes to make ODOT great, much better than I do. So we're interested in your ideas, your suggestions, your questions, your criticisms, how we together can get better. We're going to do annual meetings. We're going to have chat with the director. The first series of those is going to kick off next month, and it's going to be with county managers. And we're going to be talking with them about what do you need. At the county level, it's what I call the retail level of ODOT. That's where the action takes place. That's what people think of when they think of this department. Snow and ice control, filling potholes, mowing. Those are the things that this department is about for most of the people in Ohio, and we want to be excellent at it. We know that we can do that with your help, and that's what we're after. I'll close with this. ODOT does not suck. It is a great organization with a lot of good, talented, capable people, and we're going to try to provide the best we can, the opportunity and the environment to allow you to succeed and be excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Ray.